my nanny wears bumshorts around the house, and she absolutely doesn't have a problem with it because she thinks that if she has to shield her husband from her nanny who wears bumshorts around the house, then he's not worth it. My name is Akinoyenu, and this is the Metrowoman Talk Show. Today we're going to be asking these very important and other questions, if we have the time, to this beautiful panel I have with me. Iwo is a fitness coach, a fitness and relationship coach, and I have Nina Henchard, a serial entrepreneur. Hello ladies, how are you doing?
I'm doing great,
thank you. Are you
ready
to answer this very tough question?
Very tough, interesting question.
You are ready to answer? Interesting. I'm going to start from Iwo. Iwo, this is the question. The question is from Franca. Her name is Franca. She lives in Abuja. And she says, hello, Metrowoman. I hired a nanny, and being a liberalist, my nanny walks around the house in pretty much anything she likes as long as she is not naked. And I trust my husband. Now, my friends came over on Saturday and quickly pointed out that she was wrong to wear bumshorts around the house. I felt bad, but I honestly didn't see anything wrong in it. But now, I feel that I have been exposing my husband to temptation. I trust my husband, and I really and honestly believe that any man that can be tempted by a woman, especially a house help, is not worth the effort. Iwo, what's your take on that? What do you think?
First and foremost, please permit me to say wow. Woo! Because I'm like, whoa! Okay, so, but let me also say this. The problem stated is a problem house solved.
Yes.
So for her to ask that question, then it means that she's seeking solution. So yes. Bless you, sister. But you know what? Honestly, well, maybe because she's a liberalist.
Yeah.
But that means that as liberal as you are, you can also share your husband. Is that what you're trying to say? Wearing a bumshort, thinking that he's not worth it if he is tempted by another woman. Does she have something? Wait, is there something in front? And is there something at the back? Men are moved by what they see.
So aren't you giving men the excuse then?
No, that's not it.
Yeah.
But, okay, something is going to happen. Are you going to be the one to now orchestrate? I package the event and then I sit and watch and then he falls and then, yeah, he fell. But hello, who was the one who started it in the first place? So first and foremost, sister, your friends are very nice and very, they love you that much to come to let you know that this is not work. It's not working, right? So I don't think, personally, I don't think that you would allow her to walk around the house in the bum short, giving him a dose of something to feed his eyes with every single day. One day, they say, now from clap, they say enter dance. So really, I don't think so. I don't think.
Okay, so Nina, you're just watching and
I find this question really amazing, first of all, Chine, because, I mean, a house help.
No, but really, to be honest,
yes.
You know, she's honest. She's saying, I didn't think of it. I didn't see it coming. I didn't think it was an issue because she's a house help. So she strikes me like someone from maybe a rich family who feels, oh, I mean, this lady is beneath us, so
sorry. Would it have been easier for her to understand if it was one of her friends
maybe
working around?
Should have been more conscious.
One of her friends working around with a bombshell. Remember, a house help is just a title. A house help is a girl. She's a woman. She's a lady. She has everything a girl has. She has everything the lady herself has.
Yeah.
You know, so you saying she's just a house help. That's just a title as far as I'm concerned. So imagine that your best friend or your friend is working around your house in a
But she's not your best friend.
Oh, please.
She's
a girl. She's a girl. And that makes it worse because guess what? Your nanny is in the house when you're not. Right? Your nanny is going to serve your husband meals, for instance. It's going to help him with one thing or the other. Just like she said, are you going to be the one bringing in the temptation, making the temptation now look, very easy to fall for? Every man can be tempted, but every man might not be able to fall for the temptation. But don't be the one bringing on the temptation into your home. Simple.
I just had to
now,
clap
the
there.
question I want to ask you on her behalf, should she be wearing uniform? Do you want her to now wear shirts and buttons from here? Oh, yeah, what's the matter?
Sorry.
Dressing like a nun, right?
What is your recommendation then?
Okay, by the way, I'm guessing that before she picked up this nanny, she was probably somewhere. Probably she wasn't wearing this bombshell. She must have been wearing like a gown to wherever, or maybe tying wrapper, because most people go to the villages to bring in a help, or maybe from an organization or something. Okay. But I'm pretty sure that she didn't come into the house the first day wearing bombshells, for instance, right? So she developed a kind of mindset.
Yeah, because there are some women that allow their, that feel like their nannies, they're like family, so you can just
okay, so was she the one that bought the nanny the bombshells to wear?
We don't have that information. Sister.
Okay, so I'm thinking, whatever made the nanny to discover that the bomb shot is now the in thing, I should actually wear bomb shots in the house.
Maybe that was what she had.
Really?
I'm not on anybody's side.
I know, but I'm just wondering. We don't have the full information. I'm just trying to understand where this bomb shots came about.
Yeah,
whether it's from a mindset.
No, she said she is Libra.
She's Libra.
No, I'm not even talking about the lady. Obviously,
so
she might be naive, right? But the house help is she's not naive. She knows what she's going for.
So can I say this? For a house help to even have mind to wear bomb shots.
I'm telling you.
That girl, she has strategy, man.
She has strategy.
Sister, please wake up. Because honestly, for her to have the mind to wear like bomb shots, I mean, you even in my house, I have to have mind to wear bomb shots.
Okay, so
seriously.
Exactly.
So for you to have that mind to wear a bomb shot in the house, and go
and flaunt it in front of
there's
your.
Something about the nanny. The nanny probably has intention.
There's something about the nanny.
So you know what that brings me to? That brings me to stereotypes and women supporting women. There's a certain scenario here that I'm aware of that happened very recently. A woman wanted to hire a nanny, and on that day, a very well-dressed girl came into the house. She wore off shoulders and she had leggings on. She had, very nice looking phone, and then she had her bag. Ooh. So she was a babe, like really, really cool looking girl. And you know what the woman did? She looked at the girl, took a look at the girl, brought out money from her bag, gave the girl. She said, "Don't worry, you can go home." And when the woman's friends asked her, she said, see the babe that came to work in the house. And there was this backlash. Why did you do that? The girl would be feeling like there's something wrong with her. So she shouldn't dress nicely again. So are we being intimidated by each other? Are you sure this is, not intimidation? Why should she stop the nanny, from wearing what she wants to wear? What do you think about that?
There was nothing wrong with what she did. She just decided to protect her home and protect her space.
But there's nothing about the nanny.
No. It's not about the nanny now. It's about her. Look, I want something for my home that I feel would work while I'm out and about with my children, my husband, and all.
There's a young girl who needs a job.
And this looks like she's a young girl, but she looks like a threat. Hello, like this. This is a threat. Ain't no threat coming near my home. So she did the right thing. Now, I'm not saying that, the girl couldn't have been given an opportunity, but I've had the opportunity to live with someone. If just at coming in like this, there's tendency when she enter, I can't tell you.
Okay, my opinion really, let's take for instance an organization, right? Yeah. Like an office, you have a dress ethic, right? In an establishment, you don't go to work, for instance, wearing things that expose your body, and then you're telling your employer that you came to work. You don't go to work wearing like a dinner gown to work, right? Because there's an appropriate, yes, and that comes with, that also affects your mindset, right? I'm not supporting that she just, sends off The young girl.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, young girls...
Because the girl was saying, but you have not interviewed
Yeah,
me.
they watch TVs.
Yeah.
They probably want to be like one of those celebrities and things like that. So she might just innocently be wearing that. But the question is, do I have enough time, energy to come and tutor you as a help? To understand that this is not acceptable and this is acceptable. One way she would have done it is interview her, go to the market, get her some clothes and tell her this is what I want you to wear. But do I have the energy to now monitor her actions? You know, do I have enough, do I trust whoever I'm with that this girl is not actually a threat? We should trust our husbands, I mean, but we shouldn't be the ones tempting our husbands in the second one. So do I have enough energy to invest in this girl to make her who I want her to be? I do not support that you just send off a girl because she might just innocently wear whatever she's wearing. But then...
Yeah, because she's trying to please you. She's trying
yeah,
to
but
make
if I'm not always...
trying to impress
if
you.
I'm not always at home, I won't have that time to come and tutor you. Even if I buy the clothes and everything, I do not trust that you did not have an intention in the first place for coming to my house.
Yeah.
You know, so these are things that you must look at. It's not one scenario fits all, really. You know, so the question is what works for you. If I'm a busy person, I don't have time to come looking around for anybody. I go to the village, get one, you know, even though now we can't even trust village people.
All the girls.
We can't even trust village people, that's the thing. But, well, God will guide us.
Amen. Amen. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much. And Franca, you have your answer right there. What I hear you saying
Can I
is,
also say something?
yes.
I think it's also very important, like she said, but very important as a wife, as a mother, if you're working, it's important to have what you call like an SOP, standard operating procedure. This is how I want to run my house. So if there's anything, and I think that's what the woman did, okay, this doesn't fit what I want. So there's no need even going further to interview. As in, there's something I'm looking for. Maybe she was expecting to see a girl more, you know, looking humble or what, but saying, you know, like they say, you're addressed the way, you know, you dress. So just saying the flashy, peperimpe, permit me to use the word, you know, presentation, she's like, oh, hell no, this is not going to work. You know, so let's also look at it from that, you know, from that aspect. So definitely, like when I had someone staying with me, there was, if you wear the certain things she puts on, I'm like, you can't wear that, I'm sorry, go and take it out. So you should have, you know, a standard operating procedure for your home, and then you know what you can accept and or what you really cannot.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We're still on Ask Metrowoman, but I want us to take another question that's related to the first one that we took. And this is from Deborah. Deborah lives in Lagos. She says, hello, Metro Woman. I feel like I am losing out in life. I have 3 kids and I love them so much, but caring for them alone stresses me out. My husband doesn't help and still insists I don't get a nanny. So in other words, her husband doesn't want a nanny. Metro Woman, I'm in tears as I write. I feel overwhelmed. Please help. So we had to call her out because when you send your questions to ask@metrowomanafrica.org, we want you to also send contact details so that if you need therapy or if you want to get more insight into your question, we can call you and find out how you're doing as well. And when we saw this, we had to call her, and you know, talking to her, you know, on the phone, she's always wanted to be a fashion designer. She's been, you know, she just feels like she had to put a hold on her dreams, you know, because of her kids. And then her husband insists he doesn't want a nanny. So Iwo, what's your advice to our young Deborah?
Okay, first and foremost, I would just send, you know, some hugs to you, Deborah. I know exactly how you feel, because I have 4 children, and my last is just 10 months old.
Wow.
And we don't have a help. So I understand that, you know, I know the whole feeling of life just pausing, and you're watching everyone going, and you're like, what's happening to me?
Yeah.
And like this year I'm going to be 40, and I'm still thinking, what's happening to me? So I understand that totally. But let me say this. You would only have the opportunity to mother your children within a time frame. Yeah. And when that time is over, all you may just try to do is damage control. And trust me, most times it doesn't work. It's more tedious. first and foremost, God has designed the woman to be able to do a whole lot. So I want you to look within first and see how can I, first and foremost, just honor what your husband says first, right? That's not to say you cannot present your case again, but just honor it. He says he doesn't want, so stop fighting him. Now look and see how can I, work around this. For example, he doesn't want to live in, but you can get someone who washes the clothes. You can get someone who comes to clean the house. You can schedule days where they come, on a particular day, so the house is not always crowded, like twice a week. Somebody cleans the house, somebody, does the laundry. And then that can help to, also, if your children are maybe like 5 years and above, you can begin to engage them in little house chores here to begin to, prep them, create a fun time where you're able to just do these things and just stay grateful. Now, you must be strategic. You said your husband is not helping.
Yeah,
so permit me to use
help.
this opportunity to tell my husband, thank you, sir, God bless your ministry. Because my husband is super helpful, right? So now you must be able to find a way to get him to buy in, to begin to support. You need his support. You need his help. So don't go about saying he's not helping you, because most times if you focus on the negatives, it would amplify. Yeah. So begin to thank him. I know, okay, you can go something like, oh, thank you so much. I know you want us to be a closely knit family. God bless you. I know you don't want intruders. I really appreciate. And then, look, those times where he would, be open. Oh, my love, honestly, this is how I feel. This thing is killing me. I feel like I'm losing out in life or whatever. Please, I would appreciate or if you help me do this, this is how it makes me feel, and blah, 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 blah. It may not yield instantly, but just continue to sow those good seeds into him. Yeah, well, men are babies, that's the truth. So pet him very well, because it is help, you need it. And then, if he eventually sees that, okay, this is weighing you down, and he sees, just maybe because there was a time my husband felt like I was being lazy, right? So, and let me confess, it was true. So sometimes he might see that you're just trying to look for an excuse to be lazy. So show to him, let him see that this thing is too much to bear, and then he can begin to say, okay, let me help you here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do that, and then you'll be fine.
I hear you say communication.
Yeah.
Keep communicating.
Yes.
Keep talking about the issue, because apparently from the question here, she has complained. She has done more of complaining. And she just keeps, she keeps getting that response of he's not responding at all. Nina, what's your take on this?
Okay, I think she said a lot already. I have experienced that as well. There was a time, in my early marriage, my husband didn't want to hear anything about help. Even when I had my baby, my mom was gone, and then I was left with the baby, my first baby, of course, so it's not like I had the experience with babysitting anybody. Wow. And then I had to go to work from the mainland to the island,
With your baby?
Yeah, with my baby. So, but, they say...
And wait, you women are wonderful.
Yes, we are.
You are a different breed of women. Because I've actually got the opportunity to talk to some of my friends. And they were like, what? Okay, so I'm amazed at your response.
No. By the way, don't be carried away by what and all that. Some of them do even more, but they want to appear like some psychedelic women. And then if you visit them, they actually pounded yam, which I did not do. So, but the point is really, there's nothing you can't walk around. They would say necessity is the mother of invention. And I'm so grateful for this life that we have found ourselves and the different technologies that we have, right? Even if you don't want to bring in someone washing your clothes, there are cheap washing machines, right? For the past how many years, I've not had to wash. I mean, that's the biggest task that you can even give me in this world. Because when I was younger, I used to wash my cousins, my nieces, my blah, blah, blah. I used to wash. I would just sit down like this with like two baskets full of clothes, and then I'm washing. That's my task for the day.
All your clothes,
yeah,
so like a lifetime wash.
I'm telling you, so now I don't have to do that. And like she said, at that time, I used to have one lady around. She would come, 3 times a day, and then she would just, 3 times a week rather. She would just come and clean the house and everything. And then my freezer was there, so I'll just prepare myself and say, okay, today I am going to cook And then I'll make stew, I'll make soup, and I'll put it in the fridge and all. And then my husband, I'll just know that, okay, when he comes, I'll just boil rice and everybody will eat. And then, you know, I had some few things.
Did your husband help you?
Okay, by the way,
helpful?
first of all, my husband used to be like a mommy's boy, right? But just like she said, you have to be strategic. You don't tell your husband, hey, you don't want me to have house help, come and wash the plates. You don't want me to have house help, come and do this one. No, but he sees me that I'm dealing with the kids. I'm like, oh, honey, please, can you help me check up on the, can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? Gradually, he found himself, you know, having to do certain things because, you know, the man, the husband, it's not like he wants to punish you. You know, and he's got his reasons for, so he's got his reason for not wanting someone in his house. Talking about temptations and all that, he probably doesn't even want those kind of things. He doesn't even want you to imagine. He doesn't want bumshot nannies. You know, so it's actually for your good. Every challenge actually comes with its own blessings. Once you look inward, you're able to strategize. If I'm able to strategize and know the things I should do on the weekend, then my weekdays are easier, and then I get my husband to partner with me, then life becomes easier. So it's really not a death sentence. You can find your way around it, strategize as a woman, and you know.
Just chip in quickly, she could use those times to learn online. You know, you want to be a fashion designer, sign up for some stuff online, and then grow your brand online, and you know, become that mompreneur at home, and then you know, write a blog, share your stories. And yeah.
Oh, this has just been, I feel like hugging you, like, oh. Thank you so much. So,
my pleasure.
Deborah, you have your answers, right? You did a good job, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So that's it. It's not a death sentence. Honor your husband's, you know, intentions. At least start with that. Don't make it an argument. Find out the reasons why. Even you had said earlier that he might have been abused as a child. You know, so many reasons. And you know, so honor that and find out, because marriage is about compromise, about communication.
Exactly.
Don't assume that your husband sees that you're overwhelmed. Nicely tell him. I know we're about to round up. I have to tell you about I and my husband. Would you like to hear that?
I would like to hear.
So when we got married, initially before the kids came, my husband said the same thing. He didn't want any nannies. And then I remember being heavily pregnant one time, and I was trying to clean out something, and in my mind I was actually grumbling, and I was like, he was sitting down and watching football, and I was cleaning, and you know, my belly was on the way, and I was cleaning. I was just grumbling like, this man, they're just sitting down and watching television. And next thing, it occurred to me that I need your help.
Say it.
And I just said it. I said, hello, darling, please, can you help me? I need help with this. And guess what? He got up and he did it and went back to watch TV. And I said, I need your help. I need you to help me go upstairs. And he went upstairs and came back. And I just realized, so why have you been grumbling? He wants to help you. You didn't ask. And so we have come to the end of today's show. We had such a fun conversation.
Yes,
and so many learning points. Thank you, ladies, once again for joining us. And don't forget to send your questions or any issues that you have to ask at metrowomanafrica.org. We'll be so glad to answer your questions on the show. And who knows, your question might be the next question that we take. So we'll see you same time next week. Thank you, ladies, for coming.
Thank you for having us.
And please join me to say bye to our guests. So we'll see you same time next week. Bye.